folks, here we are, D-Vang again with episode 3 of the Apple Turnover Gang. Bechamel, Doc, and Pete. I did another roll for random roll. Again, I'm going to stay kind of basic for right now. We did get some decent stuff in town. And I did make a few mistakes that, people thank you for pointing out. Most notably, obviously, that they did fail the last mission, and a couple of the buildings should have been destroyed. I'm not too worried about that, simply because, I only went into 2 of the buildings. So chances are, well, of course, knowing my luck, they would have been one of the 2 that we needed. And one of them was just the general store, which all we did was buy some whiskey and so actually just whiskey. And we certainly could have bought that somewhere else at the Frontier Outpost or something like that. So it was a mistake, and I apologize, but we will move on from there. I'm not going to, retro that or anything. If you didn't see last episode, I hope you'll go back and look at it, but we did pick up, excuse me, a special shotgun, the breaching gun for Bechamel. So she's now rolling D8s, and that will be good for her high roller ability, which hit rolls of 6 or better do +1 damage. And we did pick up a Fallen Gunfighter's pistol for Pete. So range 6, 3 shots, and he can also take a couple wounds in order to do some extra damage. And he also has a canteen that will let him heal up some wounds. So that is all going to be exciting. We'll have to see how they're going to play out. But as I said, I'm still going to kind of remain fairly basic for right now. I'm still slowly working on getting models put together. So I'm not going to do Derelict Ship or Blessed Waste or Tradara yet. So those are obviously more advanced locations anyway. So for Worlds, I'm even going to try to avoid Cinder. We're just going to start with Jargano and Targa. I do have a few of the new enemies in here, but not too many. And for the basic mission that we are playing, it is mission number 2, Exploration. Again, back old school. We will see how it goes. So we start out here at the mine entrance tile leading directly to a T-junction. Then our goal to explore the entire mine, not including gates, and defeat all enemies they come across to successfully complete the mission. So the special rules, as a reminder, all exploration tokens with a clue have 1 less door or gate on them, hero's choice. Anytime you reveal an exploration token, roll a d6 for each door or gate on that token. Icon on that token, on a 4+, you ignore that door or gate. While the hero posse marker is in the middle stage of the depth track, you ignore on a 3+. If it's in the last stage, ignore all door and gate icons automatically. So if we end up getting that far. Then there are dead-end showdowns whenever a dead-end room is found, so a room that has no exits. We roll a d6 to see what is in that room. On a 1, it's an epic threat. 2 or 3, it's a normal threat, which would be medium for 3 heroes. And 4 through 6, there is no extra threat here. Immediate dread. All growing dread cards are immediately revealed. And the objective, once the heroes have explored the entire mine, so all paths lead to a dead-end room, or which is a room that has only gates as exits, or no exits at all. And then they have to defeat any remaining enemies on the table. Perfect. As a reward, they get 25 experience as well as $50 times the number of steps on the depth track. The hero posse marker is from the entrance. So basically, the more they explore, the more money they get. The failure. When the heroes travel to town, they each have to roll twice to see if they add a travel hazard, and one random building in town is destroyed. Okay, so we have to remember those for the next town stay if we end up failing this. But hopefully, cross your fingers, we've got enough gear, and we're not necessarily going to get an epic threat. Then again, we might get multiple epic threats. There's a 1 in 6 chance of that. However, that may be worthwhile. I know you all want to see epic fights, but we are still only first. We are still only first level. It may be worthwhile for Bechamel to use her fortune, her gambler skills, to adjust that and not have them fight an epic threat. That might be something worthwhile, especially towards the end. It might be a good idea for her to save up a fortune, you know, when they're all beat up, to avoid an epic threat. But for now, we're okay. Doc is going in to the fight, to the adventure, with 4 wounds from town. It was pointed out that we could have bought some, since we do have some money, we could have bought some bandages and healed Doc up before the adventure, and that is very true. I didn't really think about it too much, and I was concerned about money because we were struggling to find money to buy these nice items. So we probably should have bought more bandages as it is, but right now everybody has a whiskey. Doc still has his starting dynamite, which I always forget about dynamite and to use it, so I need to remember to try to use that as a useful thing. And we're good to go. So Doc still has the Vicious Axe, so he's actually initiative 5 right now, and his combat hits are +1 damage. But it would be good. We need to concentrate on starting to try to get Doc some 2 weapons, and hopefully some more dice, because right now he's still only rolling 2. That is enough for me talking. Let's go ahead and just get started with the adventure. So, hold back the darkness. An 8. Perfect. So it doesn't really matter whether Bechamel or Doc goes. I don't think I'm going to be scavenging. I actually got off pretty lightly last adventure, where I was drawing mostly nothings, but I did have a couple of positive ones. I usually find that scavenges are pretty bad. They always seem to tend to draw the worst cards out. So I am not personally a big fan of scavenging unless you are desperate, like we were the last adventure where we had nothing. But we're pretty well set right now. If we didn't have gotten some additional weapons, I might very well have started scavenging. Well, let's go ahead and start with Bechamel then. So she is going to move 1, and she gets a grit. Alright, well, she can get a fortune, but she does start out with max fortune, so I guess she could... Not sure what the order is, because like grit, you can usually, if you're at max grit and you get a grit, you can use one of your grits, one of your, technically, the 1 over grit to roll an additional movement. If I'm at max fortune and I would get another fortune, could I spend a fortune and still stay at max fortune? So, for example, and I think we can, since we can do the grit. So I'm going to play it that way. I'm going to spend my extra fortune here to try to adjust. We're going to make a luck test to adjust that 1. Well, but if you adjust the 1, does it mean it's not a 1, so it wouldn't get the grit? Yeah, I think that's just too much of a slippery slope. I'm not going to even bother thinking about it. We'll just leave it at that. 1 grit. Perfect. Doc. Doc moves 2. And then Pete can move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So next turn, let's hold back the darkness. A 4 will fail. It's up to 1. Bechamel can move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doc can move 2. Pete move 1 and gets a grit. Well, good. It's good that we're able to start gathering grit. Alright, let's hold back the darkness again. A 6 will fail. Boom. So that gets us a darkness card, which is Screams of the Damned. So each hero takes 3 horror hits. Also roll a d6 for each token in your side bag. On a 1 or 2, it is stolen by the mischievous spirits. Alright, so we'll start with Bechamel. Oh, she takes two sanity. That's not an auspicious start. And then she has 1 whiskey in her side bag. So let's see what happens. Nope, it's fine. You guys can see, yeah, the box. All right. So Doc. Ooh, he takes... Did I only roll 2 for... I think I only rolled 2. There's going to be 2 sanity for... Oh no, Doc's a 3+. So that's going to be 1 sanity. And I think I need to roll another one for Bechamel. I think I only rolled 2 dice. Yeah. So she takes 3 points of sanity damage. Alright. Where is I? Oh, side bags. Okay, so Doc has a dynamite and a whiskey. His Doc's bag is not side bag, right? Right. Because it's only tokens in your side bag, not side bag tokens. So he's only got 2, the whiskey and the dynamite. So the whiskey is fine. The dynamite is fine. And last, Pete. He takes 1 sanity. And then he has a whiskey, which is fine. So the spirits do not steal any of our stuff. Do take a little bit of horror. We're still pretty raw, pretty new recruit here. But that was Holding Back the Darkness and the Darkness card. So Bechamel gets to move. She moves 1 and gets another grit. So great. Her max grit is 2. In fact, yeah, everybody's max grit is 2. So used to max grit 3 for some reason. All right, so let's go ahead and move with that. So she gets another 4. So 1, 2, 3, and then we will look through, and we find a waterfall room. There. So there's a token. Alright, Doc rolls to move. Gets a 2. Well, crap. That kind of sucks, but I think he's all right for right now. I'm not gonna give him that extra speed to move. So Pete, he's at his max grit as well, so he can move a total of 2. Well, that gives him a little bit of a eyeball on the room. Let's see what happens. Okay, so there are 2 encounter cards. So we will need to see what happens from those. As well, we have potentially 2 exits. So let's see if we actually do have 2 exits. Roll 2 dice, so one per. On a 4+, we ignore the exits. So we ignore the exits. Wow. Okay. Hold on for a minute. So this could be a really quick adventure, because this is a tiny, tiny room. So we've got 2 encounters, which we'll do, and then we will figure out if this is a dead end showdown. So first we have a plague of boils, which says, looking down at your hand, you notice a large pus-filled boil. Ugh. That wasn't there before. Feeling the back of your neck, there is another. Right before your eyes, another begins to appear on your palm. Everybody makes a Spirit 5+ test. If passed, gain 25 experience. If failed, you're overcome with painful boils. Until the end of the adventure, you are -d6 to your health and -1 strength. Oh, crap. Alright. And since we can do these in any order, let's see what the other one is before I deal with that. Jagged metal. The room once held a large steel chute. Sorry, kind of hard for me to read. Designed to guide one down into waiting carts. There we go. Sorry, it's hard to read. Now rusty and broken into jagged stretches of vicious-looking metal, the old chute is little more than useless scrap blocking your path. So, agility 5+. If successful, gain 20 experience as you navigate the worst of it. If failed, you immediately gain a bleeding marker as you cut your leg open on the jagged wreckage. And that is everybody. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that one first, I guess. So, agility. At least we're not horrible on agility. And how much? Can you see the whole thing? Alright, you can see the whole thing. Alright, move the box over here. So Bechamel, agility test, 5+. She succeeds. Doc only has agility of 2, but he succeeds. And agility of 2 for Pete. He succeeds. Great, perfect. So the jagged metal, everybody gets 20 experience. And we avoid bleeding. So now we have to deal with the plague of boils. D60 health and 1 strength while we're... Alright, so we may want to use fortune to adjust these. We have like no spirit, and that is the downside. So Spirit 5+ test. She has 1 spirit. Do I re-roll? She's going to spend a grit to re-roll it. Crap, and she can only use her tip the scales once. You know what? She's going to spend the fortune to tip the scales for her. So I need 2 successes. She's got 4. Is there anything else that I need to worry about? Okay, now, alright, so need 2 successes. So 2 5 or better. She does not. Good Lord. Alright, because she really can't afford to be -1, or minus D6 health, but ouch. Okay, well, she's minus D6 health, so her health is, oh, it's only -1, so she's at 9. I will need to try to remember that. I'm not sure the best way to record that, but I will certainly try to figure out a way to recognize that. Alright. Doc, he's got a 2 spirit. Well, he passes. So he avoids the boils, which makes sense. Pete has 1 spirit, and he passes. So it was just Bechamel. Ouch. Poor girl. And even with a reroll and trying to adjust the numbers, she just was not fated to be. But that could have been a lot worse. Now she is -1 strength, but that doesn't make a difference right now because she's not carrying a lot of stuff. She's got a weight of 2 with the breaching gun and the pistol. The hat doesn't weigh anything. The looking glass doesn't weigh anything, nor does her ancient coin. So she's got strength of 1, but she's only carrying 2 things. All right. That was it for the encounters. So let us see if we have a dead-end showdown. A 3, so we get a normal threat. So we have a Paradise of Scafford Gang and 1 Scafford Lieutenant. Alright, and the Scafford Lieutenant is Stoneface McCoy. So you can read his text there. He's an extra Scafford Gang model with 15 health. XP is 10 plus 5 each. He's a Stone Cold Stare, so heroes on the same map tile cannot recover grit. He is immune to critical hits. And the Scafford Gang, to hit rolls of 6, ignore the target's defense, which is going to hurt a bit. And we have 4. So the Colonel Scafford model is going to be the Lieutenant. Plop him back here, I guess. Doesn't really matter. And then we've got 4 others. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it might be better to have him up front, huh? So that we can more easily kill him. Put him front and center there. Actually, like that. Awesome. Let's see if we can get a little zoomed in so everybody can see the action a little bit better, rather than from such a high perspective. I know it's going to be kind of, with the painting it's a little easier to see the heroes, but it's not as easy to see the enemies. I don't think I'm going to be running away, so zoom out a little bit more so make sure we can see the box with the rolls on it. That should be pretty good. Actually, I got a little bit of space up, I think. So. There. All right. Sorry about that. Make sure I know there have been a couple times where the box or something has been off and I hadn't noticed, so I'm trying to be better about that, folks. Let us hold back the darkness. A 6 does not. That sucks. They are initiative 4, which means we are not tied. Bechamel gets to go first. Well, she is 4 away from 2 of them, so she doesn't need to move forward. So let's go ahead and do that first. She has 2 dice with her breaching gun. Both are misses. That's going to suck. Alright, let's spend her grit to re-roll. There we go. 2 6s, which are both critical hits, and I'm actually going to put 1 on each of them because we want to stun them. So what that means is you can hit him first. She's going to do a d8 for damage, plus 1 for her ability. So she does 9 points of damage, ignoring... And I know I didn't need to choose, but that was my plan, was to do that. Split them up. They have a 3 defense, 5 health, so that will outright kill him. Kaplow! Now, the damage on Mr. McCoy here is 3 plus 1 is 4. He is immune to critical, so that will do 1 point of damage. And I don't think I'm going to use a fortune. So that will do 1 wound onto him. But it also stuns him, which means his defense is now reduced to a 2 for when everybody else wants to attack him, such as Doc. Oh, and she gets to roll to move, which I forgot to do. Not a big deal. Doc, alright, so now here's the challenge. Doc needs to... He has no ranged weapon, so he's going to need to charge in. Hopefully we have a big... Actually, he could throw a dynamite. So, he moves 3. 1, 2, 3. Should he throw the dynamite? Okay, that is a very good question. Let's either spend his grit to do that, or to try to move forward, or you know, an extra d6, which runs a risk of not doing it. I think he's good for there. I think he will throw the dynamite. Heck, let's use it. He's got a range of 5 because it's 3 plus your strength. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be perfect to drop it right there. So let's roll to see where it bounces. 4, so it bounces into the wall and stays there. A 1, it's going to move there. And the third bounce is a 2, it's going to move there. That sucks, but at least it hits him. So that is going to be a good thing. So the dynamite does a d6, ignoring defense. So it does 2 more points of damage to McCoy. So that was unfortunate that it bounced that way, didn't hit one of the others, but it was worth it, and it does get him up next to Bechamel. So now they get to move. They get to go, since they are now initiative 4 and Pete is initiative 3. Both Bechamel and Doc are 5. Doc's a 5 because of the vicious axe, which he is wielding. So, the Scafford gang. Alright, well, McCoy. Alright, the Scafford gang have pistols and a firefight. At initiative 1, if he's not adjacent to a hero, they're going to make an additional ranged attack. And they have shootout, so they're actually not going to move forward. They're actually just going to stay right there, since they are in range. So we need to figure out who all is being shot by whom. Actually, it doesn't really matter, because they all... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so they're all in range. of these two. I don't think anybody can actually see Pete way back there, so I'm not going to worry about that. Actually, let me double check the shootout, because they could move up here and get an eyeball on him. So let me just double check on the shootout rules. All right, so it looks like they will actually target. We just kind of need to go randomly, and somebody will eventually move so that they will be able to shoot at him. So we target a random hero without a shootout marker and move the shortest distance to be within range and line of sight while not ending adjacent, which shouldn't be a problem. And they can move through other enemy models of the same type. And for each place a shootout marker. Well, I'm not going to worry about actual shootout markers. We will just put some dice next to them. So what that means is, let's see who McCoy targets. So 1, 2 Bechamel, 3, 4 Doc, 5, 6 Pete. Okay, so he's actually going to stay there. He's going to do a shot on Bechamel. Just mark that. So it doesn't really matter. 1, 2, 3 is Doc, 4, 5, 6 is Pete. So he is going to attack Pete, or Doc, I mean. Boom. Which means the next one's going to move so that he can shoot Pete. 8 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he needs to be kind of. Actually, I think that'll work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. You can see him from there, I think. That looks like a right. So now they each have 1. And then who gets the extra? We'll back around. 3, 4 Doc. Doc will get the extra. So there you go. In fact, let's use the purple dice just to make it a little bit easier for me. Since I like rolling the red dice for the enemies, since they are the enemy tentacle dice. Excuse me. So 1 shot on Bechamel, 2 dice. So they hit on a 4+, so 1 hit, and it ignores defense, so that is just going to be straight up 2 wounds on Bechamel. Let's do the one on Pete over there. Again, straight 2 wounds. Okay. So on Doc, I'm going to do these separate because he's already got 4 wounds, so I'll probably use a bandage after the first one, depending. Excuse me. So 1 hit, but he does get defense on it, so let's see what his defense roll is. Hey, he dodges. Perfect. So the next one... 2 hits, 1 of which ignores. So that will be 2 more wounds. It puts him to 6. And he gets a defense, which dodges that one. He's still at 6 though, so he will use a bandage, I think. Excuse me. To heal. And it is a d6 plus 3 for him. So he gets to heal 5. Boom. Alright. So then, add initiative 1. So Pete gets to go. And he will certainly move in to get a little bit closer. He's only got a range of 6. But he does. He's going to dual wield. Less concerned. We want volume of fire. So 3 shots, and then 2 shots. So the blue is going to be the Fallen Gunfighter's pistol. The red is going to be with his regular pistol. Hitting on 4s. So he misses with both of those. He hits with all 3 from the Fallen Gunfighter's pistol. Let's roll for damage. Nice. Actually, I'm wondering if I should I roll grit? Well, it's a little late, I guess. Let's have him use a grit to re-roll this one. This damage. Nice. Okay. So he's only defense 2. So that is a 6. Let's see. He has 15 wounds though. So and let's try to wipe him out. So I'm going to take the 2 wounds on Pete to do the extra 2 points of damage. And that's going to make this a 6 points of damage because he's got the 2 defense. So 5, 6, which puts him to 10. And that's not going to be quite enough. Crap. Maybe I shouldn't. I should count this out here. Hold on. Let's back up. Rewind. Right now he has. Why did I take these extra 2? He had 4, right? I was going to do 6. Right. So if I do 6, and then 2, 4, 6 and 4 is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we're going to be 1 point short. So it's no point in him doing that. So we're going to do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds. And then, so that makes us here. So he's at 12. Or crap. You know what? Sorry, folks. Let's get this back to where it was here. As much as I want to get rid of McCoy, I think it might be better to just get rid of guns that are going to shoot. Because they're going to shoot at initiative 1 again anyway. So let's change this. Now they are defense 3. Because McCoy's the only one with the stun. So if I say that's a 6, so that is actually going to be 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah, let's get rid of one of these guys. Just so that we don't have the extra shots being thrown at us. All right. So basically, it is now initiative 1. They're each going to shoot at 1. So let's start at Bechamel. So 2 more wounds. And 1 that she gets to try to defend against, which she fails. So that's going to be 2 more wounds, which puts her to 6 of her 9. Doc's going to need to heal her. Alright, 2 on Doc. It's 1 hit. It's his defense, which she dodges. And then 1 on Pete. Both miss. Alright, so Bechamel's going to need some healing. So, you know what? Doc might as well heal her right now for 8. That heals her completely up. Perfect. Just a second. 1 bandage left, and this is still just the first fight. But Bechamel gets to go first. So again, Oh, you know, I forgot that he gets to roll for his stun. And it did go away. So I guess it's a good thing that nobody else shot him. Because that would have been a mistake. Alright. So Bessamel will roll in to shoot. Again, she needs to roll to move. Alright. Well, they can't recover grit on that map tile anyway. Alright, so double twos. She's going to spend a fortune. Reroll these. Not any better. That sucks. Doc, roll to move. Alright. Well, he'll move in. And then we'll take his swing with the Vicious Axe. Nice. Well, we'll hit him with a critical. Again, let's just try to kill him. He's +1 damage. 5 and 1 is 6. We'll kill him. Perfect. And then we have a non-critical hit. He was immune to critical hits anyway. I am +1 damage, so that is a 5 minus 3. It's going to be 2 more wounds. So that puts us up to 6 on Mr. McCoy. Alright. Now they get to go. So the shootout. So we start with, if he's adjacent to hero, roll a d6. On 4+, he gets a free move to no longer be adjacent. He does not. So now he has to make a melee attack. So he has 3 dice. Hitting on 4s, so 2 hits on Doc. Each will do 2 damage. Doc rolls his defense in the box. No, so he's going to take 4 wounds. Which puts him to 5. And then a shooting. Who is he going to shoot? He's going to shoot Bechamel. Jeez, they cannot miss. Wow, alright, so she does get 1 defense, which fails, so she's going to take 4 wounds already, after just being healed. Yeah, I need to stock up on everybody on some bandages, I think, early on. Next time we go to town, we'll have a little bit of money, I think, hopefully. Alright, Pete. To move, we got 6. Sure, he'll move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so he's got them both in range. Yeah, and actually, Bechamel probably, I don't remember what she rolled, but she would probably at least have stepped up to try to get more than just the big guy in range. Not that she hit. So Pete, he's just going to use the gunfighter's pistol. Let's get some critical hits here. Not if he rolls that. He'll spend his grit to reroll all of them. Gets 1 hit, which is not a critical. So he might as well throw it on the boss man. Actually, if he takes the 2 wounds, 6... and rolls a 6 for damage, he could theoretically kill him, but I don't think it's worth it. So let's roll for damage. Ah, that's funny. All right, that's going to do 3 wounds. It's going to do 3 wounds. Made the wrong choice. Then at initiative 1. He's adjacent, so he's not going to take a shot. He is going to take a shot. He takes a random shot at Doc. So Doc takes 2 wounds. Straight up 2 wounds. Alright. Hold back the darkness. You know, I think I forgot to roll Hold Back the Darkness for the start of the last turn. Too late. Darkness card. And we have Power of the Void. Sorry. All Void enemies are +1 combat. Oh, you know, I forgot Doc can re-roll one melee attack each round. Still not used to these characters. There's still so much going on. I have to remember that Pete gets to attempt to recover a grit because he has no grit right now at the start of each turn. So that was the start of the turn. So Bechamel, all right, Bechamel rolling to move. She can go 3, so 1, 2, 3. That gets her within range 4 of both. Let's take some shots. Wow, she is just not doing very well with the shotgun. Alright, well, she misses. I'm not going to spend her last fortune for it. Doc will swing away. Reroll. 2 hits. This will do nothing. 4 and 1 is 5. That's going to be 2 wounds on him. So 4. Alright, so he's at 11. Okay. And then Pete's going to go for sheer volume with his pistol. Oh, sorry, it's not Pete's turn. So the lieutenant tries to get away, and he does, so he's going to step back and then shoot. Who is he going to shoot? He's going to shoot Pete. Both misses. Alright, and the other gang member, he's going to shoot Doc. Or Bechamel, sorry. Bechamel being 1, 2, 3, Doc being 4, 5, 6. So he's going to shoot Bechamel. Does 2 more wounds. And then there are 6s. Alright. So she's at 6 of 9 and is going to need healing again. But now Pete gets to go, and he's gonna, as I said, he is going for sheer volume. Oh, and duh. Alright, so we can keep this roll, but gotta remember, first of all, did I roll for his movement? I don't think so. No move, nothing there. He also needs to roll on a 3+, 4+, he gets a grit. She does not. Okay. Because that will make a difference. So the critical hit I'm going to put on him does 3. We'll do this hit on him. That does 3 more. And that will kill him. Alright, so then these two, then -3 will do nothing. Bounce, bounce. But there's just him. So who is he going to shoot at initiative 1? Oops. Duh. He's going to shoot Doc. Doc's at 5, 6, 7 of 12. So I think he's okay for right now. So here are the shots. Miss, miss. Alright. Hold back the darkness. Oh. Alright, darkness is up to 5. Alright. You know, I think I'd like Bechamel to get a grit. So let's have Doc attack first. I mean, she'd also like need to be good to heal a D6 too, but either way. Let's see if Doc can. So Doc's going to roll the move. Okay. I don't think there's an issue. And it's not like we can get grit while dude's on the board. So Doc swings, misses. You know, he's going to spend his grit. There we go. So 2 hits. Unfortunately, he ignores criticals. And that does 1 point of damage. Alright, that's not going to help. So Bechamel. Rolling with the shotgun. I'll roll the move, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. Might as well go as far as we can. We need to explore the other direction. There we go. 2 hits, each +1. There's some damage. Finally. Okay, then that'll... So 7 and 6 minus 3. There's 3. There's 4. That's 7 more points of damage, which is by far enough to kill Lieutenant McCoy. Ooh, alright, so Pete. Pete will... you know what? He has a chance each turn to get a grit. So he's actually just going to heal a d6. 1. He'll heal, yeah, 1 of his wounds. He had 2 wounds and a sanity. But he will heal 1. D3 for Bechamel. So she heals 3, so let's get rid of 3 wounds. And Doc gets to heal 3 wounds as well. Nice. Loot! Loot, 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 loot. Only 1 card. 1 enemy card, I should say. So Bechamel draws 250, some gold bars. Awesome. Doc gets draw an artifact card. And Pete gets 1 piece of Darkstone. Hooray! We have our first piece of Darkstone. We will need to eventually get a tomb chest, but that's not as pertinent. But we need an artifact card, so hold on. Alright, and the artifact we get is a Void Lantern. Use 2 peril dice for holding back the darkness tests. If doubles are rolled, you also take a d6 horror hits, and every other hero takes 1 horror hit, as the lantern light shows you glimpses into the void. Okay, so we're going to give that to Pete, because again, that's another Darkstone icon. So that could be very extremely useful when we start getting into the more dangerous. I don't know, we're going to use it all the time, because chances are greatly increased to roll doubles, but that could very well be a very useful item. What is next? We need to hold back the darkness. Yes, indeedy. A 10 will indeed hold back the darkness. So, Bechamel gets to move. 2. Doc gets to move. He would move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Pete. So Pete, let's see if he gets a grit, and he does. Then he will roll to move. A 1. gets a grit. How's it? Holding back the darkness again. 6 will fail. That gets us a Growing Dread card, which we play immediately, which is Stench Beyond Reason. The air turns sour in your mouth and your nostrils burn as you gasp for breath. The sense of rotting death and pain is overwhelming. Every hero takes 2 horror hits. For each willpower save failed, the hero also takes d6 wounds with no defense as they vomit uncontrollably. Oh, good lord. Alright. Bechamel. Makes 1, fails 1. So that's 1 point of sanity. And then she takes a d6 wounds, which could knock her out. Yeah. Which will knock her out unless, because she has that -1 health, she will use her fortune to re-roll it. I re-roll it, or do I adjust it by 1 or more? Well, let's re-roll. Still, there's a chance I could roll a 6, which is why... You know what? Let's adjust. No, I've had bad luck. I need 5s, right? And she's only got 4 dice. 4, so she takes 4 wins. Okay. She's at 7 of 9. She's aboard. She's 7 of 9. Alright, and Doc. So he takes 1 sanity and a d6. He takes 3 more wounds. Now we do have a revive. And we do have some heal stuff. That's will probably be useful at the start of whatever next fight there is. And Pete takes 1 sanity and a d6 wounds, and he takes 6. So he's at 8 of his 12. So yes, I think we're going to need to be... Next fight will probably be about the last fight we can do with everything that's going on, folks. Sorry about that being, first level characters again. But that was some decent experience killing the Scaffer Gang. So that is a good thing. But let us continue on. That was holding back the darkness. So Bechamel moving. You know what? Let's get this done with. So she's going to come here and she's going to look through and see what we get. We find the Cavern of Bones. Alright. Now let's make sure that you all will be able to see. Kind of move that out of the way. How far are we? Yeah, that's pretty good. Just a little bit. And then we get a exploration token. And that was Bechamel, so we've got Doc rolling to move. To move 3, 1, 2, 3. And then Pete can move 6. I don't know that he... Well, you know what? He might as well move there. Because Doc can move through them. So that gets Pete in. And I think, before anything else, I think we're going to go ahead... Well, actually, we can wait and see. We can flip over the exploration token. let's see what we have. It says there's one exit and 2 encounters. Let's see if there actually is an exit. 4+, we ignore it. Nope, so there is one exit. We do get 2 encounters. What direction is the exit? The exit is straight ahead. So there's no fight, although the encounters could certainly do things for us. So first we have Fatal Greed, which says a massive chunk of Darkstone rests here, half buried in the floor, probably in the pile of skulls and bones. All around the room, mutated corpses of miners and bandits lay rotting, killed by the corrupting radiation and their own greed. As you look at the scene, or at the stone, you can't help thinking those fools were all just too weak. But I bet I could dig that out, I would be rich. No, what am I saying? But maybe I could just chip off a shard or 2. Again, another spirit test. Good lord. Okay. So, sorry, Spirit 5+. If successful, gain 20 experience. If failed, you are lured in by the greed of riches. Rolled 6 dice. For every 5 or 6, gain a Darkstone. For every 1, 2, or 2, 3, or 4, take a corruption point. Alright, well, at least it's not doing damage to us. I think that's an important thing for me. So everybody has to make a spirit test. So, Bechamel fails. Doc has 2 spirit. He succeeds, so he doesn't have to worry about it. And Pete fails. Boy, we have no spirit. This spirit is really causing us issues. And don't forget, these are like the new encounters. So